Why does putting it into words just feel so impossible? Why do we stumble, hesitate, and second guess ourselves the moment we try to explain it? It's because what happened to us isn't ordinary conflict. It's not like having a bad day or going through a rough patch. It's nothing like that. It's the kind of abuse that only a survivor can truly recognize. And that's what we're talking about today. This is Annie's story, and I'm telling it for her. She was trying once again just to have a simple, honest conversation with her husband. She wanted to share how lonely she felt, how she missed his tenderness, how she just was longing for a little kindness. She spoke softly and carefully. She didn't want to sound demanding. And yet, before she could get the words out of her mouth, he twisted them. He said, "Why are you attacking me? Why are you making me the bad guy? You're the one who is ungrateful." Her words, spoken out of longing, were just thrown back at her like weapons. The things she said in love turned into an accusation that she never made or never wanted to make. It left her feeling dizzy, silenced, and just full of doubt. This wasn't a one-time misunderstanding either. It was a pattern. Again and again, her words would be flipped, distorted, and hurled back at her as if she had launched an attack. And so Annie, she began to talk less, to share less, because every word that came out of her mouth risked becoming ammunition against her. If you've ever lived this, you know that sickening feeling in the pit of your stomach, don't you? It's when your own voice becomes dangerous. How crazy is that? It's not that you don't want to speak. Of course you do. It's just that you've learned that you can't afford the cost of it. Only a survivor will understand what that feels like. Outsiders hear, oh, it's just a communication problem. Everybody has that. But survivors, they hear their own voice turned against them. And then there's the mask the narcissist wears in public. You know what I'm talking about, because this is what's so unbearable. After being crushed in private, survivors are forced to sit in silence as the very same person steps into the crowd and just charms everyone. The same person who twisted Annie's words at home now is shaking hands, cracking jokes, and receiving admiration. Whether it's the people in the neighborhood, people at church, family, doesn't matter. Doesn't hurt any more or less who is there. It hurts because people praise them. They would admire Annie's husband's smile, his confidence, his charisma. And Annie would just stand there, her heart aching, her voice trapped, thinking, if only they knew what was going on. That's the fracture survivors live with, that unbearable split between what they endure in private and what the world actually sees in public. And when they dare to explain it, that survivor is met with so much confusion, because I know you've heard something like this. Oh, well, they're so helpful. I mean, the, that disbelief, it cuts as deep as the abuse itself, because it says, once again, your truth doesn't matter. If you're listening to this and nodding, it's because you've lived it. I know it. You have felt the shock of hearing your own loving words reshaped and used against you. You've swallowed the bitterness of standing in a room while others admire the one who destroys you in private. And maybe you've tried to explain it. Maybe you've searched for the words. I know you have. You've talked to me about it in the comments. You've stumbled. You've choked back tears. You've tried metaphors. You've tried stories, and still people, they don't get it. That's why the space is here, because sometimes the only people who understand are the people that have been there too. That's why I'd like the media to talk about this, to shed a light on what narcissistic abuse is and start validating survivors. You don't have to prove yourself here, you know. You don't have to defend why you hurt so much. You don't have to justify what you're doing, why you stayed, why you left, why you still tremble when the phone rings. Because here, you're understood. We all understand you. This one is for the survivor who learned to stay silent because his or her own words became weapons in the narcissist's hands. For the survivor who smiled through gatherings, even while their heart was breaking, because they knew no one would believe what happened behind closed doors. And for the survivor who still wonders if anyone will ever understand, I'm here to say, yes, we understand, because people in this space have lived it. I'm Kyle Hackley. I'm an attorney, I'm an author, and I'm the host of the Are You Annie podcast. Annie's the reason why this podcast exists, why I started it, but it's because of you that I continue. It's because of your comments, your strength in telling your story, whether it's bits and pieces or your whole story. We're here to validate each other. I don't have the answers, but I do know that it all starts with validation. That's where healing starts. And that's what we're here for, to tell each other, you're not alone. I've lived it and I get it, even when no one else does. As always, I want you to remember you are stronger than you ever believed. You are a warrior against narcissistic abuse, and I want you to be tenacious and never, ever give up on what's important to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for staying until the end, because I know you're here. And just promise me until the next episode that you'll take really good care of yourself and know that here you're validated. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.